Hello everyone, I'm coming at you guys today with my review of Basketball Wives. So like every episode, it's a hot ass mess and we're just going to get into it, and we're going to start it off with Evelyn. On this episode, Evelyn and Jen, they went to the spa, and of course, like always, they talked about Royce. And like always, Evelyn got to bring Jen down by bringing up Eric's name, talking about Royce and Eric, or conversing via Twitter, you know, just bringing all of that stuff up. And then Shanice, which is Evelyn's daughter, she is about to graduate, and she's really trying to get accepted to a school in California, you know, for college. So Evelyn asked her who did she invite to her graduation, and of course she invited her father. And then she stated that she reached out to Antoine because Antoine was a part of her life since she was 6 years old. And then instantly Evelyn was like, fuck a graduation. She went in full-fledged whole mode, and now she is planning her whole reunion. Because, you know, the dad, Antoine, and then Chad, you know, all the men that she messed with gonna be in the same room. So anyways, like I said, her daughter is trying to get accepted into a school in California. So she's getting a lot of acceptance letters from schools in New York. And she's down about it because she really want to go to school in California. But Evelyn is really trying to push her to go to a school in New York, talking about she need to be around family, yada, yada, yada. But to me, it just seemed like she's just forcing her daughter to go to New York because she don't want her in between, you know, she and Chad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just my opinion about it. So after that, Susie and Royce, they were on the beach and they were talking. And you know, like every 5 minutes with Royce, she's always bringing up the fact that Susie is kissing Evelyn's ass. But Royce is like really forgetting that she was on that shitty road once before herself. Like I think last season. I mean, she was calling Susie non-stop, begging, kissing her ass, talking about she need to be coming to dinner dates and lunch dates with her and Jennifer and Evelyn. I mean, she was all in their ass as well. So I mean, now Susie is back in their ass, and I mean, Royce is just basically not owning up to the fact that she was in their ass once before her damn self. So a few minutes later, Ashley comes on the beach, you know, meet them or whatever, and then she announces that she's engaged to her baby daddy or whatever. I think his name Rafus, whatever his name is. So instantly Susie went in hater mode. She was like, you know, you shouldn't marry Rafer, whatever his name is. She was like, because y'all always talking about I shouldn't be friends with Evelyn. She's dogging me out. She dogged me out before and all this type of stuff. She was like, it's the same thing. And, you know, she just kept bringing that up. So Ashley read that whole her rights and kept it pushing. So basically that's what happened with those three. Then Susie told Jennifer that Eric want to meet with her, you know, have some type of business meeting. So Jennifer thinks this is a perfect opportunity to get some info to find out what he's doing, because, you know, on this episode we learned that Eric, aka Booty Lips, is living in the next building from Jennifer. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah. So Susie went to the restaurant, and they went onto the patio. And well, she went onto the patio to meet them. So let me just give y'all a brief description on what Booty Lips and his friend Ernest looked like to me. That's just to me. Eric, you know, he had that big meaty mole on the top of his head. I mean, looked like, I don't know, a horn trying to pop out of his head, or if that's a cyst. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's had this bump on his head for the past 3 seasons, so he needs to get that shit looked at. He had on a white shirt. He had on blue blocker shades. His mouth looked like a mouthful of Oreos, as I stated on Twitter. His gums were swollen. His teeth were huge. He just looked very unclean and nasty around the mouth. Very unhealthy at the mouth area. His friend Ernest, do y'all remember the show Angel? Well, his friend Ernest looked like something from Angel. I mean, he looked like he was mutating and turning into something before my eyes. The camera guy got a glimpse of him smiling, and I mean, I had to pause it and I count, you know, a possible 6 teeth in his mouth. They were all shades of brown and black, literally. They were all broken up, looked like he do meth. I mean, he just looked bad, really nasty around the mouth. Literally, it looked like he uses diarrhea as a mouthwash. Combine those two together, you know, Eric and Ernest, they look like a Miami version of the A-Team. Luckily, they were sitting outside at this restaurant, because if they were inside and the Board of Health went in and, you know, did some, you know, inspections, and they saw him in that mouth in the restaurant, they would have shut that place down. You couldn't tell me that that whole table area didn't smell like a fucking toilet bowl of shit. I mean, that mouth looked a hot mess. I don't know what Jennifer saw in Eric. I mean, she had to do a lot to even stomach to sit in a room with him and drink a glass of water. I mean, he looks a hot mess. But anyway, so they talked to her about their business idea, which is supposed to be doing a movie. And Eric says that the movie is going to be about 5 women, which one of them was supposed to be Royce. And it's about, you know, these 5 women robbing men. And so he told them, well, he told Susie that there will be naked in the movie. So Susie asked him, would it be a porno? And he was like, no, but you might as well be big on a big screen than to be on the internet, you dig? Something like that. I don't know where he's, you know, why he's talking like this right now, but I mean, it sounds like he's carrying a checklist to me. That's what it sounds like to me. So in my personal opinion, I believe this will be a XXX flick. The only difference is it will have some type of basic storyline. Now, Royce and Susie, if you're looking at this video, I hope you're looking at this video. And if you're indecisive on what you want to do as far as this movie, y'all can play pussy if y'all want. But I'm telling y'all, Eric and his friend, all they're going to do is run a train on y'all, and they're going to make y'all suck the pus out of Eric's bump. Bottom line, that's what they're going to do. So, I mean, after he talked to her about this whole movie deal, somewhere mid-convo, whatever, I don't know, Susie brought up Jennifer, and he was like, you know, whatever Jennifer do, that's all on her, yada, yada, yada. I'm here to talk business with you. Why are you bringing up Jennifer? You know how Susie is. She's so ditzy as they come. So, anyways, that was the end of their meeting, and then she went back to Jennifer to give her the 411 or whatever. So, that happened. Susie met up with Mika, and she invited Mika to attend a polo event with Tammy and Royce, and of course Mika declined because she was like, well, she's a new girl and she need to choose sides, and you know what side she chose. She loved kissing Evelyn and Jennifer and Shawnee's ass, and they talk about her at the end of the day. So after she had her, you know, little lunch date with Susie, she called Jennifer and she told Jennifer all the details about their lunch date and the fact that Susie invited her to a polo event, and she declined, and she was asking Jennifer if she and Evelyn were going to this polo thingy, and she wanted to know if she could just basically be a third wheel. So at the end of the day, obviously they decided to let this bitch tag along. So at this point, it is the battle between 2 cliques. Okay, so you have Evelyn, Mika, and Jennifer walking, you know, up the street or whatever in hot ass Miami, and of course Mika is just flapping her hot trap, just going completely off, talking about Royce, talking about Tammy, talking about Susie. You know how she is, an ass kisser, all in Evelyn's ass. And then you have Susie, Tammy, and Royce walking up another street, and Susie looked like a low budget Pocahontas. And what the fuck did Royce have on? Now, I tweeted that on Twitter. Somebody came at me and told me that she had on a onesie. Somebody else told me that all she was missing was some jelly beans. I mean, Royce showed up to this event with a blue and white Oshkosh all-in-one tube top dress. Yes, I said it. A tube top dress. I mean, around the waist, she had this dark blue scrunchie material. She had on these white orthopedic Dr. Scholl's flip-flops. I mean, the spongy, dirty white ones. I mean, just looked the whole, she looked a hot mess. I don't know what goes on in Royce's mind when she get herself done up for the day, because bringing y'all back to the first scene of this episode, you know, the scene where Royce was talking to Ashley at a restaurant, and then Susie came in. Well, that whole outfit that Royce had on was just a hot ass mess. That's not the typical outfit that you will wear to a lunch date with your girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? She showed up there with this, I mean, her hair was in a ponytail. The whole hairline just looked like a sweaty, oh, she just looked like she had a sweaty pressing comb in her head. She had on this 1999 J.Lo activewear outfit on. She just looked a complete hot ass mess. But back to this whole polo event, she just looked a mess to me. I mean, all she was missing was a damn fanny pack. She looked a hot mess. I would love to see Royce do an outfit of the day here on YouTube. So anyways, so now at this point, they're at the table, they're talking, and Tammy and Jennifer are having their own little thing going on, having their little, you know, convo. Out of the blue, greasy ass, Bernie Mac looking troll Mika decides to be messy. She interrupted their convo saying, well, asking Tammy if she drank anything today. And Tammy was like, no. She was like, well, you didn't have any beer? And Tammy was like, no. And then from there, you know, they went back and forth, back and forth. Tammy told, well, I think it was during the interview, Tammy was like, you know, Mika is trying to dress like Evelyn. She's buying the same thing Evelyn wears, and she's buying all the earrings out of Evelyn's store. Now, if y'all think back a couple of episodes ago, Mika and Evelyn were at the bar, and both of them had the same exact earrings on. No lie. And, yeah, so anyways, so Mika is standing up at this point, raising her voice, going off. I mean, just going completely off. Royce just holding Tammy back, trying to hold on to the bar. And I'm like, come on now, knock Bones to the side and go in on this hoe. And I mean, this season, Tammy is my favorite. But on this episode, she highly disappointed me, because I thought for sure that she was going to walk this greasy, muddy looking bitch up and down this damn field. She let me down. Mika, you are a messy ass little troll. You're built like a roll of nickels. You look like you buff your body with Armor. You look a hot goddamn mess, and you send all this negative attention out, well, this negative energy out, and I mean, you look a hot ass mess. If anything, you should be the nicest person in the world, because you don't have a goddamn thing going for your damn self. So, like I said, nothing happened. Mika ain't about shit. She was just mouthing off because Evelyn and Jennifer was standing beside her trying to hold her back or whatever. And they don't even like her. And so, like I said, at the end of the day, they didn't fight. Tammy and Mika went their separate ways, and that was that. So, y'all, that is my review. And you know how we always do. We drop, you know, our thoughts on the show down below. So until the next video, bye.